Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week at Bungie, we revealed Season of the Chosen. A new season is upon us. Next week, Season of the Chosen goes live on February the 9th. Empress Catal, or Katie as we called her, has arrived to fight against the Hive. She's proposed an alliance, but the cost is too high. And whether we want it or not, Zavala is faced with a difficult choice. Check out the trailer to see how this conversation went down. I love it. Throwing the memes in there, Cosmo. Now we have a whole page dedicated to details about the new season. Give it a visit to learn about the new private staging ground called The Helm, as well as our new match-made battlegrounds activity and more. That's right, guys. This is actually the roadmap for next season. We did a breakdown the other day going over everything that was on that page. Feel free to check that one out if you have not. We also did a trailer breakdown in that same video. Moving on. Spoils of War. Season of the Chosen is delivering some shiny new things for you to collect. Now, we already spilled the beans the first time, but some of your favorite weapons from Destiny 1 are showing up in Destiny 2 as rewards for completing Nightfall, the Ordeals. Here's the lineup: the Swarm, Palindrome, and Shadow Price. Oh, Pally honestly looks identical to how it looked back in Destiny 1, but the Swarm and Shadow Price, I don't know. They look a little cleaner. Now, Nightfall, the Ordeal weapons have a chance to drop at the end of the activity depending on your metal, platinum, gold, etc., as well as the difficulty. Master difficulty will give you the highest chance at a drop of the base version of these weapons, but Adept difficulty weapons have a chance to drop at the end of Grandmaster Nightfalls when they go live later in the season. Drop chance also dependent on your metal. Slay enough champions to hit platinum and you will have a high chance at the Adept version. Really interesting stuff. Fantastic that Bungie is allowing for these weapons to still be obtained, just the base versions of them to be able to be grinded out for at the lower difficulties of Nightfall Ordeals, and then slapping on that Adept version on the high end with Grandmasters. Now moving on, Hunt Pursuit. Oh yeah, similar to Season of the Hunt, we will have a new pursuit weapon for you to earn from your quest of choice. Choose between Strikes, Crucible, or Gambit to earn the new breech-loaded grenade launcher Salvager's Salvo. Am I saying that right? My God, look at this thing. Mountaintop 2.0 with a little more wood on it. After you have obtained your new tool of destruction, you'll be able to earn 3 different ornaments for it from additional quests picked up from Zavala, Lord Shaxx, or the Drifter. Okay, first up, let's just talk about this. We're looking at it. I know right now some of you are scared, okay? Mountaintop is a scary weapon. Now it got sunset and a nerf, but I really don't think this is gonna be the revival of Mountaintop 2.0. Looks like Mountaintop, but I think this weapon is probably gonna be just a regular breech-loaded grenade launcher, such as like Truth Teller, or Wings Maul, etc. And considering that Bungie last week pointed out that they would be buffing grenade launchers coming next season, I don't expect Micro Missile to be on this weapon. I think it's just gonna be a very well-rounded, well-rolled, breech-loaded grenade launcher. Hopefully it's in the kinetic slot, Bungie, which we desperately need. Now moving on to Trials. You may have already seen some teases of the new rewards for Trials with Cyrus coming with Season of the Chosen. We also have 3 new trial weapons coming. Take a look at it, guys. Oh, man, that is sexy. Okay, so the top obviously looks like Messenger, which also looks like All Fate. Very similar gun models, I get it. The hand cannon to me, though, I think it's Annual Skate. I mean, it looks like Annual Skate to me. A little thicker there in the middle. Got a little more girth there because it's including the Trials eye. I like it, though. I love the little, like, wings on the top. It really reminds me of Vigilance Wing, whatever that ornament is. You have that same, like, foil there, but it's included here on the hand cannon. All around beautiful looking weapons. We also have some new armor coming to Trials. Let's go. Yeah, we've already seen it. I will say, if you don't want to look like Mr. Pinhead, then Trials armor might be the way to go. Now, each weapon will also have an Adept version with special mods, as well as a special shader that can be applied to any of the Adept weapons, even the ones from Grandmaster Nightfall. I like it. For the first week of Trials, armor and Adept mods will be in the Flawless chest. The second week is when you'll have your first chance of the season to grab an Adept weapon. Along with these new weapons and armor, Trials has some new cosmetic rewards to show off as well. The Ghost Shell drop increases in chance as you win matches and increases when you hit your 3, 5, and 7 win rewards, as well as flawless milestones each week. The Ship and Sparrow also have a drop chance increase every time you go flawless. Here's a look at the rewards. My God, dude, the art department and Bungie, right? All of these look so clean, but look at this. Look at that ship. But wait, there's more. Season of the Chosen has several new additions to your arsenal ready for the taking, which are these weapons right here. I don't know, guys. To me, they look so similar to Leviathan weapons, right? Obviously different. It's like Rise of Iron and Leviathan weapons had a baby, but it looks good. Next up, we have Cult of Aeon. The team has some cool plans to shake up the Aeon suite of exotics. Here it is straight from the Destiny dev team on what you can expect when you equip these arms. By the way, these are those exotic gauntlets that no one has cared about. Let's see if we're gonna care now. Destiny dev team, in redesigning the Aeon Cult exotic armor pieces, we wanted to lean hard into the idea that these are exotics you and your fire team wear when you really want to work together as a team. With that in mind, we have 3 main goals for the revamped mechanics. Create a role-based mechanics that reward you for doing the things that your role is supposed to be good at. Create mechanics that reward other players on your fire team when you fulfill that role. Give your fire team incentive for each other to take on these different roles. So instead of having a single monolithic exotic perk to handle this, we opted to take a page out of the Armor 2.0 book and give the Aeon Cult exotics their own unique mod sockets and mods, which are all unlocked as soon as you acquire the exotic, and each of which is tied to one of the different Aeon Cult roles. These mods are identical across the exotics for all 3 classes, so you can choose any role regardless of what class or subclass you are playing. Now, the 3 Aeon Cult mods and their associated mechanics are as followed. Sect of Force. You specialize in punishing powerful combatants before they can harm your allies. Now, it states underneath it, rapid precision hits with a weapon temporarily increase your reload speed and weapon swap speed. When you stun a champion or defeat a boss or mini-boss, your nearby fire team members gain a burst of grenade and melee energy. Aeon Cult allies who do not have the Sect of Force role equipped also gain a burst of super energy. Okay, so it's actually wanting you to rock a diverse mod loadout with your fire team. Sect of Insight. You specialize in empowering your allies and keeping them well supplied. Successive precision weapon takedowns have a chance to drop an orb of power for your allies. When you use a finisher on an elite, you generate special ammo for your fire team. When you use a finisher on a boss or a mini boss, you generate heavy ammo for your fire team. Nearby Aeon Cult allies who do not have the Sect of Insight role equipped also gain a bonus to weapon damage for a short time. Wow, I wonder if this can actually stack with something like Spoils. Like, Spoils probably won't be available next season, but if it is, can you imagine stacking the 2? Now, Sect of Vigor. You specialize in keeping your allies in the fight. Gain class ability energy as your allies die. Gain full class ability energy when you resurrect an ally. When you cast your super, nearby allies gain an instant burst of healing. Aeon Cult allies who do not have the Sect of Vigor role equipped also gain an overshield. Holy hell. Holy hell. That can be used in PvP. So you're telling me all the God roll Aeon Gauntlets that I've been deleting for like the past year are gonna be worth something now? Actually, look at this roll. Look at that. I kept these. Aeon Swifts, 100 Gauntlets, 68, baby. 68. Now moving on, Catalyst Comeback. In a previous TWAB discussing the Destiny content vault, we mentioned that some of the content being vaulted would affect several exotic weapon catalysts, and we would be temporarily removing them while we work to update their drop and upgrade sources. Catalysts for the following weapons have had their drop sources and objectives updated to not be associated with vaulted content. This includes Bad Juju, Izanagi's Burden, Sleeper Simulant, Huckleberry, Worldline Zero, Polaris Lance, Telesto, Legend of Acreus, and oh my god, Skyburner's Oath, the most meta weapon out here? Hell yeah. However, catalysts for Whisper the Worm and Outbreak Perfected are still unobtainable for anyone who hasn't already earned them, but they will be added in a future update. Where do you get the Merciless catalyst? I can't even remember. I know this sounds really random, but we're actually going to be re-reviewing Merciless probably tomorrow because, yeah, it's kind of meta. Moving on, we've got Prime Gaming Rewards. That's right. If you have not gotten Graviton Lance, look no further. Prime Gaming has got your back, as well as a sexy ornament, a ghost shell, and a very mediocre sparrow. Now, something to keep in mind. We have the new season launching next week, and there's a lot of things that are going to be going away, at least in the token department. Crucible tokens, as well as Crucible token gifts, are all going bye-bye. You will also not be able to take in weekly bounties from Strikes, Crucible, Gamut, Gunsmith, and Crow. So for some of us that like to bounty hoard, shabam, you're screwed now, unless you go see Varix and Shahan. Memory fragments for stasis is also going away, as well as Crow bounties. We also have a number of materials that are going to be removed. This includes Alkane Dust, Phase Glass Needles, Seraphite, Simulation Seeds. You will be able to turn these into Spider, though, for Glimmer. Outside of that, guys, maintenance begins next Tuesday. This is the timeline for it. Essentially, reset time. Everything should be back online. Let's go. Now, a final note here from Cosmo. Here we are, the last TWAB of the season. It's always an exciting time when new Destiny content is only a few sleeps away. With new story content, a new strike, 2 strikes from the DCV, and a new match-made activity, redacted, and so much more, this season is jam-packed. We'll see you on the battlegrounds. Season of the Chosen. I choose you, Cosmo. Alrighty, guys. That is your final TWAB for the season. Nothing sandbox related was mentioned today, as in I don't think much is going to deviate from what we've already seen in the TWABs. We might do a sandbox recap next week when the patch notes go live, if they happen to come out before the season kicks off. Regardless though, guys, if you got Crucible tokens, go turn them in right now. You might as well. You can get some materials at least from it. I've got like 20,000 I got to turn in. We might make it a stream, which will consist of us turning in tokens for like, I don't know. How long would that take? Like a couple hours? What's the math work out there? 20,000 tokens, 10,000 an hour? Can we do that? Is that possible? Fellas and ladies, thank you all for coming and watching. And as always,
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.